and have a new member with us today. So let's get started. Yes, over to you, Guruji.
Yeah, so Kamini, since you were talking, so why don't you just quickly take a minute and introduce yourself, that currently where you are best, and total years of experience, any experience into IT or not, and further goal you are looking at. Kamini, over to you.
Yes. So my name is Kamini Patel, and right now I'm working in the phlebotomist in the lab work. But my goal is now I wanted to learn IT. I don't know anything about the IT even though, but yeah, now I wanted to learn like new things. So that's why I'm joining right now to in the IT. So in the future, my goal is I wanted to be learn an IT and I wanted to make a job in the IT field.
Awesome, Kamini. Welcome over here. So along with you, you have got two peers as well, because we are not running any training over here. It is a sort of training, but it is not exactly training. We are running a project right now. Since I see here Varsha is unmuted. Varsha, why don't you take a minute and quickly introduce yourself?
Sure. Welcome, Kamini. As our classmate, I would say. So my name is Varsha, and I have total 11 years of work experience with exposure to sales coordination, customer operation, project management, and supply chain overall. As you, even I am looking for a career switch. And since even though I have worked with the business analyst as a subject matter expert from supply chain side, I think starting with BA, QA, or Scrum would be a better start in IT. So I'm here with the same goal as you.
All right. Thank you so much, Varsha, for sharing.
Thanks.
Anila, over to you.
Hi, Kamini. My name is Anila. I have completed a master's in computer application, and I've got a big gap in my IT career. So I wanted to restart my career. So that's how right now I'm in BA Agile Scrum training session.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Anila, for sharing. So guys, once again, welcome you all. And let me slightly refine your goal. And your goal is not mere a training. Your goal is to get placed into corporate of America in IT sector, right? So so I hope you would agree with this. Not mere training, keep this in mind, but to get placed. That's number one. Number two, from today onwards, we are shifting the gears, and that's the reason what we are going to do. Kamini, our job is that since we are done with a couple of sessions, that's I think 2 sessions or something for BA Agile Scrum. This is our job to bring you to the speed, and we will bring that. So that's number one. Number two, what we are going to do, Varsha and Anila, that we will be doing a quick recap, what we have done in past week. And after that, we will shift the gear towards today's learning. So are you guys all ready for that? Yeah.
Yes.
So fantastic. Since we have shared about our goals, what our next course of action is, that quickly talk about code of honor. What is code of honor? Code of honor is certain protocol which we love to, revise every single day and every single week whenever we meet. Why? Because code of honor refocus our target, that where we are heading, and it helps us to protect that target and goal. So here I'm going to present in front of you the code of honor today, and we follow 6 code of honors. So code of honor is very, very essential. If an individual is following, the success lies there. Okay. If a company follows, success lies there. And in case anyone is not having any idea about code of honor, then there is something missing they are going to experience in their life, whether they are corporate, company, enterprise, or individual. And this code of honor I have personally learned from Rich Dad Advisor, if you have known him, Robert Kiyosaki. So his Rich Dad Advisor, who has grown up along with him since childhood. So he has taught me how we can design a code of honor for any goal. And this code of honor has been designed particularly for this class. So what is number 1 code of honor you need to remember on this path? Every single time although you can go through the recording, but our duty is to show up live. So every single time, be on time, be punctual, and remain highly committed. So committed is one thing. Why you need to be committed? Because you are with the target and goal to get a job in IT. And in IT, when you are going to get a job, you need to be disciplined. Why? Because one of my mentor has taught me this, that how you do anything is how you do everything. That's the universal law that applies everywhere in your life. The way you operate at one item, you are going to operate the same way on other item or other activities coming on your way. So if you are well trained to do one activity perfectly, you are going to do another activity perfectly. So I hope that has made sense. If it has made sense, can I listen some yeses from your end?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you so much. The second one is that even though you are learning over here, it is not only training, as Prerna ji has already told you, that this is complete interactive session. On this path, we want you to become a full stack student. What is full stack student means? So full stack students are those who do all the assignments given. That's number one. Number two, they are not only dependent what are given to them, but they grow by receiving and doing their research, what has been taught to them in that session. So take a commitment of doing your self research before you come over here. What you have learned over here, after even going back, you have to do some research, self research on the thing you have learned. Last day you have been shared, not last day, today itself Devji has shared one repository with you. So Anila, Varsha and Kamini, please go and request the access of it. You are going to get all the recording as well over there. So if you find like you need to go through day one again or day two again, you can go ahead and you can listen to that. There in that repository you will also find the training from other trainers as well. So you can go ahead and you can experience some different flavor of learning as well from there. As I said, this is not only training, this is a kind of project we have started working on from the day one. The third number code of honor is that taking full responsibility of your success and failure. It is quite easy to, the moment you experience the success, telling that, hey, I have won or something like that. But remember, if you have some goal, you will undergo some experiences, and every successful experience are backed by certain tiny failures. And that's the reason I want you all to take the complete responsibility. Say, for example, if I have asked you to show up with some 100% completion of some assignment and you have not shown up, it's not because electricity has gone, it has not because you are homemakers or something, or you have many problems. It's always about taking the full responsibility. If you have not completed, it means you have not completed. So be highly committed and take the responsibility, not only for your success, also for your failure. We are committed 100%. We don't know your commitment level, and that's the reason third code of honor is very important for taking your responsibility of success and failure both on this journey. The fourth one is having the mindset. So mindset, you don't only require the learning mindset. In this journey, you require to have a positive mindset as well. I am on this journey with you. You may experience sometime bulletproof positivity. That's what I owe to you. And on this path, I would request you, don't become whiner, but become a winner and have a complaint free mindset. And how you can have that, the more you will have complaint free mindset and start your day with the gratitude mindset, you are going to win your day. So you have to be winner. And on this note, the fifth one is that how you can win your day by increasing your receptivity. To increase the receptivity, you need to start with one amazing audio which I have shared with Anila and Varsha, and will be shared with you as well, Kamini. That audio, I have requested everyone out here, including myself. I undergo this audio every single day, and the request is at least to listen to this audio thrice in a day. If you cannot make it thrice in a day, it's a almost 40 minutes long audio. What you can do, at least listen to this for once. Okay, if you have been regular listening to this, you are going to experience yourself the level of the mindset improvement on this path of learning, training, and getting place. So not only that, on this path we are going to follow one amazing quadrant of learning. Okay, and this is called as golden quadrant of learning, which is declaring before you start learning, and then learn, and then whatever you have learned, that you are going to draw, that is as a third step, and then summarize it. And how do we do that? So let's listen from someone. Anila, would you like to share that how do we follow this golden quadrant of learning?
Yeah, I would definitely like to share it.
Please.
So after one session of training or of a day of training, we draw it in the, first of all, we draw it in a paper. And just whatever Gaurav and Prerna has taken, the important, whatever we have grasped on that day, we draw it on the paper, or you can listen it to the video again. And then after that, once again, you can, if you want to listen it once again, you can listen it and then draw it on a paper. And then we summarize whatever we have got in our mind. We summarize everything by looking into the drawing, or however it is.
Thank you so much, Anila, for sharing. So Varsha, would you like to add quickly anything over here?
Sure. So as the golden quadrant of learning says, first we declare that we are going to learn with a positive mind, and we are going to learn with a full confidence. First we declare it, then we learn. So that learning is actually the session that is going on. So we learn from you, Gaurav and Prerna as an instructor. So that's the second part. And third thing is we draw. So whatever we have learned during this session, we draw it. So we make a pictographic presentation, I would say, so which is easy to understand. That drawing, which is the third part of this quadrant, and fourth one is summarizing. So summarizing it in our own words, whatever we have understood. So we can refer the video that you guys share before summarizing it. So it's been expected that we should make a 2-minute video of each session, what we have understood out of it. So that's the way of summarizing it. So
thank you so much. Thank you so much, Anila and Varsha. Amazing, awesome. Thank you for sharing. Okay, so yeah, as you guys rightly said, Kamini, you can pay attention over here how we are going to start. By the way, if you follow this formula, declare, learn, draw, and summarize, you can learn anything out there very quickly from the regular pace. But there are few more tricks that you are going to learn on this path of Be Agile Scrum, that how you can learn any concept, any theory, or any practical things, or any tool set or skill set, anything out there in this entire world. But yeah, this has to follow this golden quadrant. And when we say that declare, right now within few minutes you are going to experience how do we declare. Okay, and then we get into learning. And once we have learned whatever we have intent to learning, then what we are going to do, we are going to close that learning, and we are going to draw that on a piece of paper with our understanding whatever we have learned. So that has to be third step. And then what we are going to do, we are going to summarize it. How we are going to summarize it? We are going to shoot a self video of our understanding. In that video, what we do, we simply show the drawing what we have drawn. We will keep that aside then, and then we will summarize that drawing. We don't have to refer that drawing again while shooting that 2 minutes of small video once we have learned for any thing that day. So hope that is clear. The formula: declare, learn, draw, and summarize. This is going to be the formula of complete learning of that day. So are you ready for the declaration?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So how you are going to declare it? I want you to bring both the palm together, and at the count of 3, you are going to clap and repeat after me whatever I am going to say. By the way, you see here what I am going to say, that has been selected in the screen share. Okay, this is what we are going to utter. At the count of 3, you are going to clap along with me and repeat a statement after me. So 1, 2, 3, and repeat with the clap. I am a quick learner.
I am a quick
I am a
learner.
quick learner.
What others can learn and master,
What
Brothers
others
can
can learn and master,
and master.
I too can do that.
I
I
too
too
can
can
do
I
do
too
that.
can do that.
Once again, clap and state, because I am an awesome learner.
because I am an
Because
Because
I'm
of
an
an
awesome
awesome,
learner.
awesome learner.
There is a reason, scientific reason behind this clapping. Sometimes we do hi-fi as well. We give camera hi-fi like that, repeating like this, camera hi-fi. You can bounce your palm on the camera and state, yes, I am an awesome learner. I am an awesome learner. That's a bouncing
Yes,
on
I am an
camera.
awesome learner.
Thank you so much for complete participation. And now the 6th one is very, very important. You have to have a giver. So on this path of learning, why to become a giver? Because, you know, your mind on the path of learning has to be nullified with any kind of your ego. The moment you give away your ego, you follow some spiritual quotient within, and you know, you will find yourself that you are keeping yourself spiritually grounded on the path of learning. And that moment you can develop an intention towards getting place, that at least once we will get place, we will have a commercial intention of giving back to the society. Have a commitment, once I'll get place, I will start, you know, doing a charity of 5% of my earning or 10% of my earning. And literally once you get place, kindly start doing that. I myself do every single week, because my earnings are there in the week. Okay, every single week. So yeah, so once you have understood that, I want you to follow the 3rd principle, that is appreciate everything, whatever you do for yourself, or whatever others, whatever you do for others or others do for you. Start appreciating that. Even something if you have planned and that is not happening for you, start appreciating that as well. Why? Because what you appreciate appreciates you. I'm leaving this 6th principle of code of honor, but 2 universal law: how you do anything is how you do everything, and what you appreciate appreciates you. So let me reshare my screen, and since I have told that we have shifted the gears, what I'm going to do, that I am quickly run through what we have covered so far. So are you up for this? Just shout some yeses, then I can move ahead.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And since you have declared here, we are running through what we are going to do. We have learned so far about Be Agile, Scrum. So on this path, what we have taken a note of it. So we went ahead and we understood what is business analysis and agile. So we have talked about that business analysis is the backbone and agile is the ground, okay, on which we are going to play. So agile is a nothing but an approach. So every single thing, so we had simplified that what we are going to do. We have a project of cooking. So this is one of the favorite examples sometimes we keep on giving, because I am connecting from the morning hour of India. So what exactly happens the moment you go into the kitchen, because you are homemaker as well and take responsibility of your houses, you can connect over here that the moment you decide to cook some item, say for example, one vegetable or any recipe, you have various ingredients. Okay, you have raw vegetables, you have spices or something like that. So what you do first, you collect every single item, right? In case you don't have them, you just order them to the grocery store and you get it delivered at your doorstep. Okay, or you go ahead and buy that item. Are you with me so far?
Yep.
Okay, so what exactly happens? Gradually, you make sure that you have all the resources available. Okay, then you decide the scope, that what exactly you are going to make, and you are sure that how it should look like and how it should get delivered and how it should taste. Everything is there in the mind, and accordingly, either spices will be available or sugar and salt will be available. So you know that what should not be also available. Say for example, you are going to create some recipe which will be a little bit spicy, salty, and tangy or something like that. Accordingly, you will keep the resources, and that's the reason you will keep away sugar, milk, and all other items which should not be included. Are you with me so far?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Consider as if what we are going to do is a project of making some food item, and what all the ingredients we have just now talked about, those are the resources. What we are going to make, how we have decided, that is called as scope. What will be inside and what will remain outside. Okay, so what exactly you are going to do is that once your item is ready, so you are going to prepare it in a step by step manner. Okay, so first you will you will do your basic stuff. You will heat the pan or something like that. That is, heating the pan could be your first delivery. Okay, then frying some item or sorting it, that could be the second delivery. Third delivery could be adding some spices inside it and salt in it. That could be the third delivery. Fourth delivery, letting just covering it and letting it get heated for a certain time period. That could be the fourth delivery. Now, at the fifth stage, what do you find? That you will give that item for the testing to your customer. The customer could be your own people, your own family member, but before that you perform a single test. Okay, that you will check that whether it has been prepared the way you wanted to. So the first is, the moment it gets passed, then it gets delivered to client could be your own family member. So this is how you are deciding that you are delivering something. And you have to make sure, when we talk about agile, it has to be faster, quicker delivery and continuous delivery. So why agile? As I said, this is an approach. This brings 70% higher profit growth in the market and 50% higher revenue growth. We are going to learn exactly about agile as an approach. Agile could be a different thing. We can decide to use microwave instead of gas stove. Okay, we can decide to use induction instead of microwave. So we are various approaches through which one project can be delivered. Are you with me so far, trying to get what exactly I'm sharing? So are you with me, Kamini, as well? Yeah. So I'm giving a very simple example.
Yes.
So this is nothing but the approach and business analysis. All the analysis, you decided that what will go on inside, what will remain outside. That all analysis part is called as business analysis. We are going to learn about it from the 6th week. Okay, so what exactly agile was a process? It evolved from 2001, where from 1990s, the discussion got started with around 8 to 70 software engineers. They were into a discussion, because what exactly happened, the moment they decided that they are going to deliver some software, And earlier what used to happen, they used to follow waterfall model is approach as well. Okay, so like we have shared that for cooking you use either induction or gas stove or microwave. So in the similar manner, for delivery of a software project, we have different approaches. Okay, one could be agile, another could be waterfall model, other could be Scrum, other could be Kanban. There are various names. So what exactly happened around in year 2017, software engineer decided the traditional way of delivery of any software project used to take a longer time. Okay, and that's why they decoded the formula of agile approach. Okay, and then they further scaled it up, and then they decided if we will deliver a software in a step-by-step manner, we are going to give the delivery faster to our client. Okay, so what they decided, say for example, there is a banking software. So do you do banking, Varsha, Anila, and Kamini? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so you could do online banking, you can go and withdraw some money, you can deposit money into bank account. Since I have talked about ATM withdrawal, ATM deposit money, and also seeing the balance. So understand there are three items, and a bank requires one software to be delivered with all these three items, where they can view the balance of customer, customer can withdraw the money, and customer can deposit the money. So if they decided they are going to develop a great software about it, so what these software company decided, we are not going to give the entire project then and there. Say for example, this is a 6-month long project. They will come up with 3 different modules. They will decide that within 2 months we will develop view balance functionality and we will deliver it. The next 2 months we will work for cash deposit and we will deliver it. And then they decide that next 2 months, last 2 months, we will work on cash withdrawal and then we will deliver it. So they are delivering in a step-by-step form. So they did not deliver the entire project then and there after 6 months, but they delivered everything after 2 months. Did you get that?
Yeah.
So this could happen because they followed the agile approach. When we are talking about agile approach, what exactly happens, do you know? That like we have talked about code of honor, that how we are going to learn. In the similar manner, agile decides how we are going to deliver. And for that, they also follow some principles. Okay, so they follow some principles, and those principle and value, there are 4 principle and 4 values. You are going to learn about it in detail in coming days. Okay, are you with me so far? Those decide the processes, those decide about how the delivery is going to be. And since I was talking about the approach, so you see, this approach is also called as framework. Are you with me so far? Approach is also called as framework. So understand, inside the agile, there are 3 popular frameworks. One's name is Scrum. What here you see that over here, let me get into the presentation mode. Now, can you see the presentation mode or not yet?
Not yet.
Okay.
No.
Thank you. So for confirming, here you see. So what we are showing over here, the 3 different framework. One is, this is the Scrum framework. Here are the input. Input are, you are knowing what the project you are going to deliver. Then you plan it. Once you have planned that how you are going to deliver, then you implement it. And once you implement it, you go on status check every single day. And once you are done with status check, you follow certain action step, and you see that one small tiny section of a bigger project is ready to deliver. Then what you do, you test it. and you let your client also test it, and you take the feedback from the client. If client says okay, then you deliver it. Okay, but before delivery, what do you do? Because client has said yes, you go ahead and you reflect what client has given the feedback. Are you with me so far? Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
So once that reflection happened, based on that, you simply deliver that project. Okay, over here. So this keeps on happening for every small section of a bigger project. This is one way of delivery. Then comes Kanban. In Kanban, you divide the longer project, longer duration project in small pieces, and you make them into a different one-liner statement. And you can see here on the leftmost column, you just name those small items, because this is a bigger project, right? So first, for example, bigger project was cooking one dish. You decide fining and dicing the raw vegetables, then bringing all the spices together, then all those means small items. Okay, then when you have decided what all things you are going to uh, input use as input for completing a project, you move every single thing gradually, one by one, from collection to do. From to do, you will be able to see on a whiteboard how it is progressing. Then you see in progress, then you see how many items has gone under testing and implementation, and what all has been done. So that is visible to you in a whiteboard. So this kind of whiteboard demonstration of a bigger project is called as Kanban approach or Kanban framework. Okay, and then we have some hybrid framework as well, which is called as Scrum Kanban. Yeah, so that's why we call it Scrumban. And one another important is also called as XP, as a extreme programming or pair programming, where two resources work together and they follow the various stages. We will be exploring about this as well, everything in detail. So I'm just running you through quickly. Okay, so also we have since talked about best practices, 4 values and 12 principle of Agile that you are going to explore in coming days in the next 4 weeks. And the main intent is that customer delight. Remember, if you order something from Amazon, and if your Amazon has delivered some item to you and they have given some amazing gift or some unsaid surprises, do you not are you not going to feel wow about it? Yeah.
Yes.
So in the similar manner, in software industry, customers also want to feel wow about it. And to make that feeling or bring that feeling for your customer, you need to follow certain practices or certain principle and certain values that we are going to talk about. Okay, so what you see on the screen are some of the basic practices. Like daily meetings are what? Daily meetings, 10 minutes in Agile, every single person come and talk about what they have done, what they're planning to do, and if they are facing any problem or something like that. We are going to talk about these all in detail. Okay, so we have covered this so far. And what else? Let me bring if anything else we have covered yet. So yeah, give me a second. Yeah, so I think, yeah, so all the, yeah, last time how we have left you, we were talking about these frameworks are now tools based, and there are very easy tools. So what we have seen on Kanban, do you remember just a while ago a PPT in a previous slide I was talking about one board? Yeah, so those board can be also seen in some tools. The name of the tools which are really user friendly, like what you see here is a PowerPoint. PowerPoint is a tool. Are you with me? In the similar manner, when you find something like, what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag this tool. You see the zoom tool bar. Can you see here? I'm just hovering the mouse around it. Okay. Are you able to see
Yes.
that? Yeah.
Yes.
So thank you. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to simply drag it. Okay. Drag it, drop it somewhere. Okay. What you see here on the screen, in the similar manner, some tools are draggable and droppable, and they make our task easy. And those are, to name a few, are Jira, Asana, Trello, Rick, iScrum, Tiger, Scrumpy, UTrack, or something. There are n number of tools, but we are going to explore something which are the hit in the market. To name a few, which are few are hit. So the first three are
Jira.
the hit into the market. Jira, yes, Asana, Trello. But today the software industry is working on Jira and Trello.
Yeah.
Most of the time. And also one great tool has come into the market. It's been really long time. That's all Atlassian project. Jira is Atlassian product. Trello is Atlassian product. And another is Monday.com. So in Monday.com, it also follows Jira, Jira functionality, Trello functionality. So yeah, so last time what I did, we requested you to go ahead and explore iScrum. So did you try to explore that, Anila and Varsha, or any of the tool?
iScrum, I tried, but it's showing like it cannot be downloaded. I don't know why it is. It was showing free download, but it was downloading in between. It is like showing cannot be downloaded. There is, it can harm your, I don't know, something.
Okay, no worries. So the intent was that go ahead and explore. So what happens, that there are free versions, so you can sign up for free and you can try it. So again, since you have not explored it, this time what I'm going to do is go ahead and try to sign up for Monday.com and try to explore what is this. Okay, try to try to dig into deeper and understand how does it work. Okay, so just like you don't know how to swim, but you simply go ahead close to the swimming pool, dip your hand or feet or something inside. You feel that how does it look like when a swimmer goes inside or near to the swimming pool. So that kind of experience I want you to have also with the tools what we are going to talk about, or what you are going to use in future once you get placed. So another tool I am giving you to explore is Monday.com.
Monday.com.
Yeah, you can take a note of it. So go ahead, just be with it, try to explore, and come back and share with us that how you are going to how you might have experience. So we are in the next week, and it's the second week, and what we are going to learn. So agile is nothing, it's all about your intent, and your intent is to getting placed. If we will consider getting placed as a project. Okay, so mindset part we have covered in the code of honor. If you're going to follow this, you are also going to learn the various soft skills. Okay, that could be related to liaison with the client, and different layers of communication, how to work in a team. Okay, and then how you are going to deliver any project. So with agile approach, you are going to learn about it. Okay, so what exactly we are going to learn? So till now you have learned about agility in projects, what all the tools are practiced in agile I have just shared, and I have talked about Scrum and agile, that also you are going to learn in coming days, and benefits of agile and Scrum as well. So before I get started, I once again want to welcome you. And we have also talked about various certifications available earlier, and once again I want you to tell that on this project of you to get placed, what you can further have some action plan for yourself. There are few layers of certifications available in the market, you can plan to do that. Okay, if you are just getting started and your intent is to become a Scrum Master, you can choose to go ahead to become a certified Scrum Master. We call it as a CSM. You can also choose to complete your ACP. ACP is one of the project. Then SAFE project, a SAFE certification you can do. That is about Scaled Agile Framework Enterprise. That all will happen once you master it. Okay, once you have learned this 8 weeks of program. Are you with me so far? Then you will find yourself that you are ready to complete some certification. It could be about enterprise coaching, agile leadership, Scrum Advanced, among others. So because I'm going very fast forward, and once again I want you to request to come over here, stay alert, and give yourself high five with the clap, and state that I what I learn, I love it. What I learn, I love it. Okay, at the count of 3, go ahead. 1, 2, 3, and clap. What I learn, I love it.
What I learned.
What I learned and love it.
Once again, clap, and I should be hearing that clap and state that I am a fast learner. I am a fast learner.
I
I'm a fast learner. I'm a
Thank you.
fast learner.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So yes, you are fast learner and easy learner. And these are the name of certification I have just shared with you. If you think that after learning, you are going to do some certification, you can choose to do any of them from the list. There are numbers of certification you can do for Agile and also for business analyst, that you are going to learn about all after 8 weeks. There are tools name I had shared with you, and is Agile and Scrum are the same, that we are going to explore. And since we are talking, what I'm going to do is that now I'm going to take a pause and would love to invite Prerna ji to speak up and throw some light about Agile and Scrum. Prerna ji, are you there and listening?
Yes, yes. Thank you
Thank you.
so much, Gaurav, for this wonderful explanation and getting everybody started, and a very quick revise, I would say, but very meaningful one. So first of all, I would like to explain that, especially for a Kamini, today you might have feel the pace is little faster, but then these things are kind of like we are all had to run through it, you know. So these are the things good to know. But please note that whenever there is something very important or you have to register, we will ensure that we communicate that to you, right? So like that, we have kept the principle and manifesto for upcoming sessions again. So it will be a good revision for Anila and Varsha. It will be, as well as it will be a first intro and understanding for you. So don't worry, we have very in detailed sessions with understanding that you are able to grasp them and you are able to know what we are trying to communicate. So by saying this, I'd like to start with what is Agile and Scrum. So basically, these two things always go hand in hand. You might have heard as you have enrolled for this class, or if you're going through some videos on YouTube, you might have heard about Agile. Okay, we follow Agile in our organization. We follow Agile in our project. Okay, we have a Scrum Master. But what does this mean? You know, what is the understanding by it? What they depict and how they are implemented? This is what we will be learning. So to know the difference between Agile and Scrum is that Agile, as I said, we normally have follow projects or an organizational level implementation with Agile. So it's a project management philosophy. That means how you manage, how you deliver, how you implement any kind of projects, that is based on Agile. And Agile has a set what I would say values or manifestos, and then on that basis we follow Agile. Whereas Scrum is a particular pattern wherein you may implement Agile methodology. So For example, if I have to say, Agile is like an ocean and Scrum is one of the important river out of it. So, or or a river going to that ocean like that. So for the simplicity's sake, if I have to say, on a, again going back to the food example, which we normally give a lot as it's morning time in India. So, for example, if Agile, I would say is a cake, or is the all variety of cakes, then Scrum would be one of the best chocolate cake you can ever have. So Scrum is a subset of Agile. Scrum follows Agile, whereas Agile itself is a very big philosophy. Okay. So try to understand that. We follow Scrum to implement Agile, like that. There are, like, again, going back to examples, there are many variety of food, but Indian, Italian, American, Japanese, Chinese are the variety of it. So like that, we implement Scrum to follow Agile. So going back to the next slide, are you, first of all, tell me, are you able to understand why when I say this? Agile is a whole and Scrum is the way we implement, because it is very essential. It will further will not have any confusion in your mind for this, and then if you still have, please reach out to us. There is no concern about that. We will be again explaining you with some different types and different examples.
Yes,
Again, going
thank
back
you.
to Agile, most welcome, most welcome. And this applies to everybody. Anila, and Varsha, in case if you still have any doubts, if you need to have clarification, please feel free. You do, and I'm very happy. We are very happy about it. But yes, you're always welcome. So, Agile, as we know, is a continuous development. That means it's not like something we are done once and we are good to go. No, Agile, we keep doing. It is Agile, when we implement, it's basically, it's a part of your entire process, starting from your planning, discussion, development, implementation, unit testing, final testing, UAT, until the delivery. Whereas Scrum in Agile is focuses more on the delivery to the actual customer or the actual business. So here what I want to tell is, Agile, as we mentioned, as it mentioned in the first one, it's a methodology. It's how you do anything, how you do every project, how you implement the work. Whereas Scrum and Agile focuses mainly on how you deliver the project to the business. So whenever we have any new project coming in your company, you start with discussions and requirement gathering. These are all the phases, Kamini, which will be there upcoming in most of the sessions. Whenever we give a difference between waterfall and agile, you will again learn them. So right now, just try to understand the process. So yes, so Scrum basically focuses on how you deliver the ultimate or intermediate product to the customer, and what is their and again with the shortest time and with the best of quality. This is what. So the focus of Scrum is mainly on that delivery part, whereas Agile itself is a very big and continuous process. So again, the last statement is kind of the summarization of what the about to point is. Scrum is a framework which utilizes Agile's mindset for, again, as I mentioned, developing, delivering, sustaining complex products, with emphasis on software development. And so basically, Scrum is how you implement Agile, and it is mainly focused for the delivery software development part of it. And last but not the least, it's not that Scrum is used only in IT. Scrum can be used in variety of industries, per se, marketing, research, sales, any other automation or hardware, any kind of industries, any kind of different sections of the societies, that can be used. So it's just a methodology, like For example, if you could paint, you could paint with colors, crayons, you could sketch, you can do coal painting, that you have that black and white thing. So basically it's just a way, and that can be implemented in a variety of industries or patterns. So it's a universal way of working. It's a very efficient. Guruji, can you please go to the next slide, please? It's very efficient. It's very, I would say, interesting. It's very what I would say, customer centric. Like whatever they are expecting, we can go ahead with that. Give me a moment. Gaurav, can you hear me? Can we please go to the next slide if you're there, or am I losing you? Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much. So yes. So again, as explained by Gaurav earlier, agility in project. So yes. So what is agile and Scrum explained? So if you can see this circle, this arrow, this is very interesting. We say we are going in bits and pieces, and then we are going into a full arrow, and that means that we have a incremental delivery. Incremental delivery means, how would I say that? You are continuously, yeah, you're saying something? Please go ahead.
I was saying incremental is in the pieces, short amount.
Yes, pieces added together, and getting more and more, and you're ultimately going to deliver. It's like when you have to make some complex or some time consuming dish, or if there is a big party at your home, you start slow. You might start with some starters, you might start with some dessert, you might start some part of your main course, and then the main course, but incrementally you're reaching towards your goal. Slowly you have your entire spread ready, like that. So you're going step by step, and you're ultimately reaching to your final goal. So like that, now we are here to understand what is the difference between sprint and Scrum. So sprint is basically a timeline, a part of the Scrum about how you're going to deliver. For simplicity's sake, you can understand it's just a time frame. We can have sprint of 2 weeks, 4 weeks, 3 weeks. That means you can have that section of development defined for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and 4 weeks. This is for simplicity's sake I'm trying to communicate. So as we mentioned in earlier slide, we learned that Scrum is a agile, is a framework how we use an agile methodology, whereas a sprint is basically how we structure that framework. Structure as in what is the time phrase, or what is the planning and to implement that. I know these are very new words for you as of now, especially to Kamini. But don't worry, slowly as you go ahead to the upcoming sessions, you'll be able to understand what is the difference. So today, just be like a sponge, try to grasp, try to understand things. I can feel that everything might not be as clear in the first session, but we have time. Let it process through your system as you're listening to so many things at once. But slowly as you go ahead, you will be you will be able to understand their importance and their implementation. So just go with the flow for now. And if you still have, because I understand it's the first session, and there's so many things we're talking about: agile, Scrum, and now sprint and framework, methodology, structure, delivery. I know they might sound like jargon, but don't worry. That's why I don't want you to get overwhelmed. It's like something, whenever there's something new, you tend to have a little bit confusion, but relax, because we're already started and we wanted to give you a decent introduction of everything we went with this course. But don't worry. And also, I'd really recommend to watch this video again where in your spare time before the next sessions, or before your sessions before next week, during your weekend, a very, very good spare time. That will give you a clarity. So yes, as I was mentioning, Scrum is basically a part of Agile Sprint framework, and Sprint Scrum gives you meetings, tools, and roles to play. Whereas Sprint, as I mentioned earlier, is defined for a specific period. Yeah, it is a duration like 2 weeks, 4 weeks. But in simple, what all you have to achieve in 2 weeks? What is your deadline for 2 weeks? Like remember the days when you used to study for exams, especially in college, because in school we were quite sincere. As a parents used to be after us, we used to be, or at least used to try to be a regular revision studies. We were a decent or obedient student, if I have to say. Once we were in college, it was a new and happening world, and we used to be like, easy going. But then somehow, if there is timetable of exam on that blackboard, whiteboard, or red board, whichever board you had in your college, you or we all used to start doing backtracking. So if the exam starts with post October, and now we are at 6th or 7th September, okay, now we have like 3 weeks, and how we're going to plan. So now imagine that 3 week as your sprint. So in that 3 week, you might have to cover 8 subjects and whatever, like five topics or 5 chapters in each subject. And how you used to do the planning? Daily this many chapters, daily this. You remember? I know, I am pretty sure everybody must have done this. I have
Yeah.
done this. It was not always fruitful, but at least it used to give me a guideline ki, we have to finish this. Yes.
Yeah.
So same way, absolutely same way, Scrum has the process, has the development cycles, and it is the way we implement Agile. So yes, Gaurav, can we go to the next slide, please? Yes. So now this is basically, we keep see, now this slide is more from an interview point of view, as I've been explaining Anila and Varsha earlier also. So there are some slides which we keep only with the intention that if someone asks you verbally, hey, don't you think is it the same? So you should
Uh,
know. No, no.
Prerna ji,
Yes,
before we
yes.
proceed, I have something over here.
Yeah, please go ahead. Please go ahead.
Okay, so thank you so much. By the way, till now, how many of you have learned something? Something. Have you? Who has
Yes.
learned? Okay, if you have learned that something, I want you to give me a high five and state this, camera high five and state this, I am learning, I'm learning. Just bounce your palm on the camera and tell me that I am learning, I'm learning. Just
I'm
tell it
learning.
loud.
I'm learning.
I'm
Thank
learning.
you.
I'm
Thank you so
learning.
much. And Prerna ji, what I want quickly, everyone, please take 1 minute or 2 minutes of a break. Okay. I want everyone to take a break, 1 minute or 2 minutes, and come back. But the break, which 1 minute you are going to spend in a movement. I know that it is night, but you need to be very fast moving your body. Okay. You want to grab a water bottle, you want to go to washroom, or wherever you want to go to another room, quickly move your body and come back over here. And once you are come back, just tell us that you are come back, and from there Prerna ji once again get started. Okay, so are you going to do it now? Yeah.
Yeah.
So 1 2 3, go for a break and come back in a minute, please. Your break has started. All right. Have you come back? Have you come back?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank
I'm
you so
here.
much. So I was just waiting for yeses. Kamini, are you also back? Kamini, Varsha, and Anil.
Yes.
Okay. Awesome.
Yes, I'm
Awesome.
here.
Thank you. I believe now you are feeling bit refreshed and ready to consume something. Sorry, Prerna ji, for interruption, but I thought that it was necessary because, yeah. Prerna ji, you there? And audible to?
Gaurav, it seems my net is little fluctuating. Can you please start? I'm just restarting my
Okay, okay, no
Wi-Fi.
worries, no worries. Yeah, I can. So understand, is Agile and Scrum are the same? That's what we were going to discuss. But before I go over there, I want to discuss this amazing, drawing that is going to come on our screen. And this is the drawing. I'm going to talk about this. What do you see here? There is a curvy arrow is there, right? And this arrow could be one at single. So without any trail, you might have seen one arrow. But however, it is leaving some trail, and this trail is representing small bricks, if you can see. Yeah. So what all are these? This is completing small chunks of the trails are completing a complete arrow. The complete arrow is the representation of a project. It also represents over here that this project has been completed in a small and a small chunk. Are you with me so far? This is how exactly we deliver a project. Since we are here, I wanted to share some important thing. But before that, when were talking about Agile and Scrum are the same, we need to understand what is the meaning of lightweight. So lightweight means that the project, lightweight means a bigger piece of a work which can be or which is ready for plug and play. Okay, a smaller project, a smaller part of a bigger project, I would say, smaller part of a bigger project, at any time it can be deassembled or assembled. Okay, say for example, this is a Zoom. Okay, this is Zoom. Let me reshare my screen. This is a Zoom, and on this Zoom software, what was there earlier? Video and audio. Can you see the icon? I'm mouse hovering there. Video and audio.
Yes.
Projects were going on. People were discussing and having the meeting over the Zoom. Okay, but later what happened? Zoom has decided to add some reaction like clapping, like thumbs up, then laughter, then wonder, then love, and the celebration, fun. Okay, so what they did, they simply added some extension. Okay, what they needed to do, what they said, just update the software. The moment we updated the software, this got automatically added. Earlier how it used to be, in earlier day, we were responsible to uninstall the entire software and reinstall that. Now, is it necessary? No, it's not. They say and they come and they tell that, hey, simply update your software, upgrade your software, and you are ready with the new updates. Are you with me so far?
Yeah.
So,
Gaurav, I'm back. Yeah. I was not able to hear you guys. Now
no
I'm
worries,
very
no
much
worries.
able.
So I'm
Thank
giving example of lightweight software. So,
Okay.
and this is nothing, just with update, you are getting all the features. How it has become possible? Just because it has become lightweight. And if it would have not followed the Agile and Scrum processes, how we would have taken it up? The same older traditional way. Okay, that same older traditional way told that go ahead and uninstall and reinstall. And that's how it earlier used to make the software cumbersome. But now it's a one tap, one click, and get the updated features. That is making, and that is happening because it has been developed in agile way. Are you with me so far? Yeah. Got the clarity?
Yes.
Amazing. So is this yes from everyone?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. Let's move further. I have just given one example for this lightweight. And then Scrum is nothing but a process. Okay. This is to distinguish from other agile process by specific concept and practices. About rules, artifacts are what? Artifacts are nothing but some documents or some manual we follow. And the time boxes, when we are talking about time box, means in agile, see, understand what is agile. Okay, let me use some whiteboard over here. So we have come across 4 items. Okay, one is okay, let me use something different. One is agile. Okay, agile. And you want to say something, Kamini?
Yes.
Yeah, please tell.
The whatever I understand, the agile is like one project, and the Scrum is like in the one project we use the different tools with that. So that's a Scrum.
No. So agile is not the project. Project could be anything. Agile is
Okay.
agile is a approach, is a method how we complete a project. Got that? There are
Okay.
various way we can walk a path. Okay, are you with me so far? Let me design that. Okay, that will be
Okay.
much
Okay.
more easy. Say for example, okay, give me a second. Okay, say for example, this is a mountain. Okay, this is a mountain, for example. Okay,
Mhm.
and I'm not very good in the drawing, but still I'm trying. Okay, say for example, this is a 3D mountain. Okay, we have to
Mhm.
reach a goal, that is the peak. Okay, one person can decide that he will climb this mountain from here. One person will say, I will climb the mountain from here. One person will decide that I'll climb the mountain from here. Another will say that I'll climb mountain from here. There are different ways. Okay,
Mhm.
so climbing the mountain is the project. I'm listening some background noise, so it will be really great if you keep yourself away from any distraction and focus over here. Okay, so in that way you will really learn a lot. I totally understand that you spend your
Mhm.
time, but yeah, kindly focus over here. So climbing a project is climbing a
Climbing
mountain
mountain.
is a project. Yeah,
Mhm.
and the way you reach over here, there could be various way. So earlier we used to follow a method, traditional method, waterfall. Yes, waterfall. Okay,
Mhm.
and now we found that what exactly is happening, that in waterfall model we are deciding that in a breath we have to reach to the peak. Then another approach came by discussion of some mountaineer. We call them today as software engineers, that we can follow the agile. In agile, what happens? This is also an approach, that how we are going to reach this. And they decide first we will reach 1 mile or 1 kilometer. We'll hold our camp. We will take a rest. Then we will walk again 3 miles or 3 kilometers. Again we will take rest. Then we will walk further 5 miles or 5 kilometers. Again we will take rest. And then last one, we are going to hoist our flag. Okay, and we have reached to the peak. But in a one breath, it used to be a very tough, and we used to face lot of losses. Are you with me so far? What is this
Yes.
waterfall now? And agile is, this is nothing but these are the approach, how you are approaching towards the completion of a project. But in between, what happened? This one mile, okay, 3 mile, 5 miles, 7 mile. These are what? These are the small pieces, and within how many duration it has completed, it started calling as what? The duration started calling as sprint. Duration, understand it, that if 1 kilometer I have completed within 1 hour, then 1 hour is a sprint. And when we decide before going for 1 hour, we declare that. The declaration is called as time boxing. So every sprint has to be time boxed. Are you with me so far? Planning a sprint for its timing is called as time boxing. Okay, and the sprint is nothing but a duration. Are you with me so far?
Yes.
Okay, Kamini, you are also with me?
Yes.
Okay, any question over here till now?
No, thank you.
Okay, cool. And understand further, this is a sprint, and now in this process, this smaller sprint, how we are going to achieve this how part becomes very interesting. That how part was told we have various framework to reach it. Okay, the how is nothing but your framework. Are you with me so far?
Yes.
This could be your Scrum, this could be your Kanban, this could be your XP or extreme programming. Or so Scrum become the one of the framework. Means how you have climbed 1 kilometer in 1 hour, or how you have climbed next 3 kilometers in next 3 hours, or in total 2 hours, or how you have climbed next 5 kilometer in 5 hours, or something like that. So has it been simplified for you? Has it given you some clarity that how is the framework? Okay, and how is the framework for a small sprint? Okay, and the entire process, how you are going to complete the approach you are adapting, that is nothing but called as agile over here. Okay, so agile go with the continuous delivery, the pieces it has given you, because it has been followed by agile. Okay. So now I think you said that you have understood, so I can go back to my slide. And so a Scrum process is a distinguished from other agile process by specific concept and practices. See, still we are talking about concept, practices, and this is divided in roles, artifacts, and time boxes. Time boxes I just now gave you that what is time boxing. Any sprint which is getting delivered in a certain point of time, which has been planned beforehand, that is called as time boxing. And for that, whatever the artifact you use, artifact consists of more details like how and when and where. You are going to learn about these all things. Okay, that is there any specific way we define something? Like say for example, we declare some rules and regulation in our home for our kids. In the similar manner, in agile, for completing any project or any small piece of a project, we decide some rules and regulation that we are going to learn, that we will cover in artifacts. Okay, so Scrum is most often used to manage complex software and product development using iterative. When we are talking about iterative, it also means that it is a repetitive, okay, and incremental practices. Now coming back to my whiteboard example. Okay, the whiteboard, I'm not sure we are going to get the same one. Yeah, so in the whiteboard example, you see, first I talked about 1 kilometer, then I talked about 3 kilometer, then I talked about 5 kilometer, then I talked about 7 kilometer. Do you remember this? Yeah. So every single time in this project, what we are going to do, we are increasing the volume, okay, increasing the delivery. Okay, in the similar manner, when we are following Scrum for a project, we are incrementing it and we practice it, and that's why it is called as incremental practice. And Scrum significantly increases productivity. So once you come back with the break, did you feel more focused now? Whatever I am talking to you, are you feeling more connected?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yes,
everyone.
definitely.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And that's how Scrum also follow, that it makes sure that every time you are feeling more productive, your connection with me, with us, and you're more focused on this topic, it is defining that your productivity has increased. So what all those techniques and tools and technology are there that you are going to follow in Agile, that you are going to learn. Okay, so that is going to happen in the learning of Scrum. And Scrum process enable organization to adjust smoothly to rapidly changing requirement. Why I'm talking about rapid changes of the requirement? Say, I always tell this, that if you are a business analyst or if you are a BA, you must be very, very happy, because
Yeah, you
when
said that.
yes, because the moment you listen about this, that listen about it, that some changes has been introduced to one software, now you have the job to do and you need to focus. Yeah, otherwise sitting idle will not bring more money, and the company will say, hey, you are sitting
Yeah.
idle. Yeah, you can go back on the bench. We are not really ready to pay. But the more efficient business analysts, they will look for what changes. They will interact with the stakeholder or the sponsors or the client, that how you can bring more changes in the existing functionality. The more you are effective in persuading in your client that you can bring some changes after certain delivery, you are going to make some money. And money is the key for any project or for any company. So the waterfall model used to be the tradition, and we shifted over waterfall model to Scrum. And in Scrum we followed certain
Agile.
repetition, certain increments, okay, and some certain iteration, and that became the part and culture of this, and that we follow in Scrum. So as it says, that Scrum processes enable organization to adjust smoothly to rapidly changing requirement. When just now I spoke about changing requirement, you have to make sure that you are ready to accommodate those changes and produce a product that meets evolving business goals. Now immediately in your mind it should come that how to do this. So how part you're going to also learn in the detail of Agile and Scrum. So this is, we are just building up the theory part, but I hope even though we are building the theory part, you are able to understand it. Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yep. So an agile Scrum process benefit the organization by helping it to, just give me a second, give me a second. I'm just moving my place. I'm on a move and I'm teaching. So I'm following also agile. So
Absolutely, yes.
so here
So,
what do you see here?
so
Yeah.
Gaurav, would you like me to take, because
Yeah,
we've been
yeah.
talking
Please,
for a
please. You
long
can
time?
explain this. Yeah,
Yes,
you explain this.
yes, yes. So, and I think I also wanted to highlight that I think we should take this slide as last because it's a pictorial one, because we've been talking for around 90 minutes, and I wish not to bombard Kamini at the first session, which she might have already been, because there's so much to take on the first meeting or first session, it can lead to little confusion. So and Kamini, this is honestly for you, because Varsha and Anila, I feel, are as of now are a lot more comfortable with the discussion. So, Kamini, if you go back to this
Yes.
video and watch again, you will realize there is a lot of what I would say, repetition, as in understanding wise, the concepts are similar. So, if you see this diagram, we spoke about sprints. Okay, we briefly told
Mhm.
about sprint planning. Then we use the word Scrum a lot, and then we also use the word increment. Okay, in the
Mhm.
earlier session,
Mhm.
session, in the
Mhm.
beginning, in the middle, when even Gaurav was explaining, I was explaining. So we said that the sprint is a time frame, and then it is very iterative, it is very incremental. So imagine this all is combined, and that is basically a process. So that is basically a process flow. So going ahead with that example of I think exam, I think because everybody can relate to it, we could say product backlog is like your entire syllabus, including might be KTs if you have any, or your current year's syllabus. Sprint planning is what are you planning for the, just will stick to the same example which I was trying to give, that per se your exam is starting from 1st October and you're sitting here at 6th September, and then you have around 3 weeks to go. So you have syllabus of 6 subjects for simplicity, and your sprint planning is 3 weeks, 6 subjects. So I'm gonna complete per se. It's a very simple one. Don't get into the nitty-gritties. So it's like every week I'll try to finish, or three days I'll try to finish one subject, and one day I'll keep for revision, like that. And sprint backlog would be, imagine you completed 1 week and you were supposed to finish with 2 subjects and a revision, but yet your one of the subject is half pending. You just finished 50% of it. So that becomes your sprint backlog. That means you couldn't finish something earlier, and that you have to carry it forward, right? For simplicity's sake, if you had a design to, if you had planned to do something yesterday, maybe you plan to go out for marketing, grocery shopping, but you did not do that, so today you'll be doing that. So that's a backlog from yesterday. It's as simple as that. Okay. So again, product backlog in agile format means whatever things you have to work on, all the requirements given by customers. And I'm trying not to use more technical words being your first session. So I'm just trying to make it as simple as possible. Going ahead will be more, using the actual terminologies. So yes, product backlog has all the requirements, all the to-do tasks. Then comes the sprint planning. Sprint can be of 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or 4 weeks. So that from that point of view, you all assign or allocate the tasks on how many things we can work on. Then comes the sprint backlog, means whatever were the earlier planning, earlier sprint, it was pending, that we can carry it forward. And now it's very interesting. We have the Scrum team, you know, and if you could see, there are people with different colors. There is a reason for that, because Scrum team comprises of people who are expert in their fields. This team is very heterogeneous, wherein people from different skills. There can be a developer, tester, BAs. I know these are the new terminologies for you. So it's just like in a family, how you can have a doctor, an engineer, a teacher, a homemaker, a businessman, a student. Similarly, a scrum team has everybody from different aspects of business, wherein they are expert in their own field. So that team is there. That team has every daily scrum meetings. Daily scrum meetings means daily they have to meet up for a particular amount, say for 15 minutes, and that's supposed to be a stand-up call wherein you just stand there and talk and share that what did you work on, what you're planning to work on today, and if you have any challenges. You know how in school some kids have this, or some teachers have this way that, hey, students, what did you study yesterday, or what are you going to study today, and if you find anything tough or difficult to understand. Perfectly similar fashion. So though, because it simply gives a revision of whatever you have worked on, and it gives you a way ahead of what you'll be working on in future. And in this fashion, again, if you say that increment keeps happening, means if you went to the market today, you finish that part, and then today you can maybe do some household chores, or maybe you can do some another planning. If there is any wedding coming in, any party coming in, you can plan for that, anything. So it's just that we keep working on the task in hand and going ahead. Are you able to understand? I mean, with the example of your exam, if I finish my 1 week and there is some backlog of my earlier week, I couldn't finish some chapters, some topics, I take it to the next week, and along with next week's syllabus, I try to complete that. It is as simple as that from understanding point of view. Are we there? Yes.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
3 weeks, every week we are completing something is pending. We go to the next week, we try to finish. And again, we have to go by priority. I'm highlighting that I'm not getting into too many nitty-gritties, but some things which are very important to mention, like we go as per priorities. So I know some people have two ways. Some people go with the toughest things at first. Some people go with easy and then go to the toughest. So in Scrum, we go as per the customer requirement. If the customer says, "Hey, I want," for example, I want requirement A to be done first and B later, or vice versa, so we take it forward. And then at the end of that, we have a sprint review. Sprint review is basically, by the word say review, we sit and understand how was the earlier sprint, how we achieved it, what we could have done better. And then okay, the sprint review also indicates we sit with the customer and we show them how what all we delivered. It's just like a basic demo or presentation, how you have in your schools, colleges, and even companies, how even currently kids are having on Zoom or WhatsApp or online meetings. They present something what they are made. For example, for Teachers Day, they might make a card. For World Health Day, they might make some healthy dish at home. I know all the parents have to do the hard work, but then kids present it. Like same way, the sprint review means you present it to your customer, and ultimately, last but not the least, sprint retrospective means we as a team, entire Agile Scrum team, sit and reflect how the entire process go, what we achieved, how could we have done it better, all that. So just try to take a picture of this image, or whenever you are going through the video again. So it's very handy in your phone, and you will understand. So on a crust level, this is Scrum process, but then it has a lot many interesting fun and really very useful things that happen that you even utilize in your real life. And I will always emphasize, we all follow Agile in real life, being a homemaker, being a family person, being a student, being a working professional, we all follow Agile in our life, but we do not understand that. So we will learn that in next session. I think, Gauravji, we are past our time, but I think we should stop here. What do you say? Over to you. Hello, Gaurav, you're there?
Yeah, I was talking on mute. Thank you so much, Prerna ji.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
definitely we are going to stop here. And how we are going to stop? I think there are some new things we have learned today, right? So is it yes from Anila, Varsha, and Kamini?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Awesome. So understand, we are just learning to drive some project. We are learning to run some device. And for this, first we need to understand the manual, and then we need to use some gears and tools to understand and gain the confidence whether we are able to understand it or not. And then in reality we will do that. Okay, so when we gave this example, what does it mean? First, for Agile, Scrum, and BA, we are learning what exactly it is. Then we are getting into a bit detail of it and learn some terminology about it. Then again we will go in the detail of it, and then we will start experiencing that. And that's how we have done it so far. Are you with me so far? And I'm going to leave you with two things. One thing is that this is the exercise what you are going to do. You can take a picture of this. First, monday.com you have to explore. Second, listen to the previous recording. Okay, previous recording I have shared with even Kamini as well. Okay, listen to the previous recording and draw what you have understood today on the piece of paper. Okay. And the fourth one is that summarize it in a smaller video format. When you can summarize it on a day after tomorrow, not today. Okay. Give us, say for example, today we are doing this learning part, tomorrow we will do a new learning part. So day after tomorrow, you will be giving us a summary of 2 minutes of recording. Make sure you are looking inside the phone and talking to me. Understand that as you're talking to Prerna and Gaurav, and you are telling us what you have learned and what you have designed as a drawing. and that will happen for today. And again, the next day, that is after 2 days, you are going to summarize again what you are going to learn tomorrow. Are you with me so far about this exercise? Yeah, these
Gaurav,
four
I
items.
have
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
please go ahead and ask.
Gaurav, the second one says listen to the previous recordings. So you mean to
Yeah.
say all the sessions that we have already done?
Yeah, so we have given you the access as well, so you can pick anyone.
Yes.
And you
Yeah,
think
those
that,
recordings.
but for Kamini, I have given you the previous 2 days of recording that you need to listen to it.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yes.
so
Yes.
you will be more clear on that. Okay, so any other question on this home play? I would say, not homework. Yeah, because you are going to have fun while doing it. Yeah, any
No.
question over here on this home play? No? So
No.
fine. Thank you so much. So yeah, Prerna ji, we have come to the end, and since Varsha, you are asking the question, I would like to ask you that one word from today's learning, from today's entire session. What do you feel like saying?
It was actually very educative this time because I learned a lot of new terms.
Thank
So
you.
like in previous session, there was more or less some or the other things. It was known kind of, but these are really, really new ones. It was educative.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Varsha, call out someone's name, what you see here on the screen.
Yes.
Yes.
Kamini, would you like to say something about this session?
One word, or what do you feel like saying about today's session?
Yes, today's my first day,
First.
but some things it was go like bumper, but I'm ready to learn the other new things in next couple of weeks. Yes, I'm ready to learn that.
Awesome, Kamini.
Yeah,
so even
I
though
have
you
like more positivity on myself. I wanted to learn that.
awesome,
I'm
awesome.
having
Great. So Kamini, call out someone's name on the screen.
Prerna.
Prerna ji.
Thank you so much, Kamini. Yes, it was kind of expected that there would be some concepts, some, because there's so many new things going on, you might feel little bombarded, but don't worry, as we go ahead, as you rewatch the video, whenever we listen something for the first time, it's very confusing, but then as we go ahead, we get used to it, it settles down pretty well. And very, very well explained by Gaurav, all the concepts, thanks to the breaks and whiteboard, because we could actually relate well with that, with the essential breaks and understanding. So my feeling from today's session is super interesting, because we had a pretty decent recap of many different things and hitting on the head of the important topics. And yes, happy to have a new member along with our super performing, teammates, I would call. So again, last but not the least, welcome Kamini to our small family. We are here together for the next 2 months. Please be interactive, and feel free to share your views and try to learn as much possible as you can. So welcome once again. Thank you so much, Varsha, Anila as well. Yes, Gaurav, over to you.
Thanks.
So Anila is yet to share. So yeah, so Anila, over to you.
I would like to say today many new things were explained, but everything was explained in a very simple way so that everyone could understand.
Thank you. And now you can call out my name.
Gaurav.
Yeah, thank you. So I would say that I'm really happy that if even 1%, if you have felt confused. Why? Because confusion is the invitation to the clarity. And if you have not in the first session, then I would have been disappointed. So thank you so much for getting confused, and for 1%, because you are going to invite clarity. And this shows that even 1% of confidence, if you have gained, if it is your first session, even if you are listening to the recording, it means you have been plugged well and you are ready to play. Okay, so on this note, I just wanted to say thank you. In case no question, we can end up today's session. Thank you.
Sure. Thank you.
And we'll see you once again next session, that is tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Good night.